Hello, welcome to Super Pants Gaming. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Soup, and today we've got the third episode of Mission 360, which is my personal goal to collect a highly curated and amazing set of Xbox 360 games. So for today, we're going to start off with a CEX Roulette. This is one of the games that I was a little bit concerned about getting. So fingers crossed it's okay. It feels quite heavy, so I'm quite hopeful on this. And so far the channel has 100% 1 from 1 on CEX Roulettes. So let's go get into this bad boy and hope the disc hasn't been tap danced on by a goat. When I originally created the list of games for Mission 360, there were 3 games that I was a little bit concerned about picking up. One was Monster Madness, one was War Tech, and the other one is this game. And I'm really hoping that this game is at least passable. I'll be honest, if it hasn't got instructions, I'm fine with that on this, because I really just want this game in my collection sooner rather than later. Let's go for it. So it's got fragile written on it, but as you can see, it's not been treated as being fragile. I'm going to have to just snip through here to get to the pull tab. I think that'll do it. Go on. That's good. And oh, come on, let me in. Here we go, the moment of truth. We have Venetica, which feels quite heavy. That's not too bad. Come on, come on. Yes, we've got instructions. That's brilliant, that's instructions. Now the main thing for me is the disc. Ugh, put the case down. So yes, I think they've cleaned it and maybe not cleaned all the stuff off it. That's fine. I'll give that a little bit of a go over with some isopropyl, and that'll look really good. I am really pleased with that, to be honest, because that's one of the ones that I was getting a little bit twitchy on getting. So yeah, sticker on the manual. That's pretty common. Yeah, that's game for you back in the day. before they started to throw the manuals out, actually. So yes, so that's Venetica for the Xbox 360 for Mission 360. Very pleased with that. That is definitely a CEX win. So far on this channel, we're doing pretty well with the CEX roulettes, so long may that be the case. Yes, I'm delighted to say that we are still 100% for CEX roulettes with Venetica here. That's 2 from 2 for the channel. I'll be honest, in the past, I'm not 100% personally. I've ordered a lot of things from CEX over the years, and I would say 8 or 9 out of 10 are really good, and then you get a few questionable ones. So, but Venetica, I'm really pleased to have picked up. So I just want to show you, I've also taken the label off the manual, which is something that I always say that I do and then I never show you, but I have actually done it on this. This was 2 or 3 days ago when I unboxed it. And I'm really pleased to have got this. There were a couple on eBay a couple of weeks ago that went through an auction, and both of them went over £30, so I was a bit sort of like, oh, I don't know about that. But this was £18 on CEX with £2.95, I think it is, postage, so it was just under £21. And I don't know if that's a good price for this game, but this game, it does seem to be getting a little bit uncommon. So I'm really pleased to have it. I've actually played the first sort of half hour or so of it, and it's interesting. It's kind of a little bit like sort of, it feels like a PC RPG game from sort of 15 years ago, which to be honest, it kind of is. The voice acting at the beginning of it is god-awful. It is terrible, but it's kind of that terrible that's sort of good at the same time. It's sort of so bad it's kind of good. But the game sort of starts you off and it feels quite open-worldy in a way, and there's a lot of intrigue set there. It's quite a dark start. But for an action RPG, I genuinely think I'll go back and I will play through that, and I'm really, really pleased to have that in my collection. So I was a little bit concerned that maybe it wasn't going to be good enough, especially for how much it was going to cost. So amazingly pleased to have that in the collection, as you can probably tell. So the second game I've got to tick off the Mission 360 list is Singularity, and that cost me £4, as you can see there. And that was from a local game shop, the same game shop where I bought Empire of Steel and Full Auto 2. So I kept that out of that video, so basically I could add it to the Mission 360 video. But that was the 3 games that I bought there. And I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I should probably show you, absolutely immaculate. So I'm massively pleased to have that. And I think £4 was really good for that. And another one that I was a little bit concerned on getting is Inversion. So I picked this up in CEX, relatively local to me. It was £8. And I've played a little bit of this. It's not quite... I've not really got into it yet, to be honest. It's a first-person shooter. And yeah, the world sort of tips, and you've got sort of anti-gravity things and stuff, but I'm not far enough in to really sort of say how good this is. But I quite enjoyed the beginning of it. I've played half hour. Again, I'm really great at playing half-hour games, and I promise I do try and get back to them, but I don't always. But I do try and get back to them, and I will definitely get back to Inversion and hopefully let you guys know what it's like later on at some point. So yeah, very pleased to have that. And then another Mission 360 game is Soul Calibur 5, and this was only added to the list a couple of weeks ago, and I was fortunate. I went into my local CEX and it was just sat there, copy just sat there, so I was like very pleased to just grab that, and I was like, yeah, well, that's absolutely perfect. Haven't played it yet. I'm still playing a bit of 4, so I will get onto this at some point. And also another game that was there it's not part of Mission 360, but it's Xbox Live Arcade Unplugged. Now this is the one that's got Geometry Wars Retro Evolved on and Outpost Kaloki. I might be saying that wrong, but I did order this online from CEX, I don't know, probably about a decade ago, and they actually sent me this one. So, which is kind of understandable because this one doesn't actually have a barcode, so whoever had checked this one in at the time, I presume, had just checked it in as this one, not understanding they're very different. This is the one that's got Pac-Man Championship Edition on. So at the time, I love everything Pac-Man. It was part of an order when shipping used to be combined over your whole order from CEX. I don't know if you guys remember those days; they were great. So it was part of an order of probably 6 or 7 other games, and I didn't mind. I put it in, I played Pac-Man, and I was like, yeah, I'm keeping that. I think it was probably only £1 or £1.50 at the time. So I stumbled upon this and thought, that's that one that I should have and I haven't got. So I grabbed it. I think it was £2.50, and that was exactly the same day that I got Soul Calibur 5. So that's quite a good day, really. So yes, so anyway, that's it for Mission 360 for the moment. I do, however, have another order which I've just put through a couple of days ago, which I'm waiting to turn up. Hopefully it'll be with me in the next couple of days. It's just a little bit... I didn't want to have to wait for it to get the video up, basically. And that will be part of Mission 360 Episode 4. And that, I'm trying out a new to me, game shop online, which I've never shopped with before, and to be totally honest, I'm always a bit hesitant to try new places to shop. I've got sort of half a dozen places where I'm quite happy to get the games from. You know, I kind of know what I'm going to get every time, sort of thing. And trying out a new one, it's I'm really hoping. I think it'll all be good. And there's 3 games that I've ordered from there that are all part of Mission 360. Another one that's an absolute banger that I can't wait to get. So hopefully that comes in the next couple of days, and I'll get to play through a couple of those, and I'll let you guys know what's happening. So I've got a quick competition update for you now for guessing what's in this envelope. And the only question that I got asked in the last video was by Nomad Lone Star 8004. Please correct me if I'm not saying that right. And they asked, was the game released sometime in the zero zeros, as in the 2000s, so which I call the noughties. So basically, was the game released sometime between the beginning of the year 2000 and the end of the year 2009? And the answer is yes, it was. So thank you very much for that question. I think that's a really good question, actually, because that kind of narrows it sort of down quite a bit. So please check out the competition. All the rules will be, again, down in the description of the video. So please have a little look at that. And please, it'd be nice if you play along, maybe answer a few more questions in the next video. That would be amazing. Anyway, sorry for being a bit red-faced. It's absolutely baking in here. However, it started to rain outside, and I was considering filming outside, but that, English weather and all that. So yeah, thank you so much. I've been Soup. You've been awesome. As always, happy gaming. See you again next time. Come on, people, what sort of gaming channel doesn't have a rubber chicken?